She wanted an open marriage, and I should have asked why before I said yes. We'd been together 7 years, married 4, and things were actually good. We were talking about starting a family. I wasn't unhappy, and I didn't think she was either. Then one night she brought it up completely out of nowhere. She wanted to open the relationship, explore, try new things. I told her no, I wasn't built that way. Monogamy was what I wanted and what I'd signed up for. She let it go for a few days, then brought it up again, and then again after that. I kept saying no, and she kept pushing, and eventually I caved. She had rules. You prioritize your spouse first. You always use protection. You don't bring anyone back to the house, and the one she cared about most, no emotional connections. Keep it physical. I told her straight to her face I couldn't promise that last one. I get attached, that's just who I am, and I wasn't trying to be difficult. She nodded and said, okay. She found someone within 2 weeks. I didn't see it at the time, but looking back, the timing makes complete sense. She already had someone in mind when she brought this to me. She pushed for weeks because she needed my permission, not because she wanted my opinion. I didn't rush into anything. For a while, I just didn't. I went to work, came home, and watched her come back from her nights out lighter than she'd been with me in years. There's a specific kind of pain in that, and I don't really have the right words for it. But a few months in, I met someone through a mutual friend, and we started talking, and something just clicked. I told my wife about her immediately the way she'd asked me to, and my wife said, fine, no problem, whatever you need. I'm not going to pretend it stayed casual for me because it didn't. The woman I was seeing was patient and warm, and we actually talked, really talked, and I started feeling things I hadn't felt at home in a long time. That's when my wife started paying attention. She asked me how things were going, and I told her, honestly, really well. She didn't like that. A few days later, she came back with a new rule. 1 date per week maximum, because she wasn't comfortable with how much time I was spending with someone else. I pointed out that she hadn't put a frequency cap on herself and had been seeing her guy multiple times a week for months without a single rule about it. She had nothing to say to that. The next conversation was about closing the marriage entirely. She wanted to go back to monogamy. She wanted to work on things. She even brought up couples therapy. And I sat there thinking about that night she first proposed all of this, when I told her I get attached, when I told her I couldn't promise the emotional connection rule, and she heard every word of that, nodded, and moved forward anyway. I wasn't even angry. I was just done. I told her I wasn't interested in closing it. Something had shifted in me. She asked if I was going to leave, and I told her I didn't know yet. But here's what I do know. She opened a door to get what she wanted, and then got upset when I walked through it too. Was I wrong for not closing it when she asked? Or did she get exactly what she asked for?